being flawed and friendly, like where that came from, is this idea that, we do need, we need to be open with our imperfections, or like our flaws. Like I call it that because people, will think of these issues as being their flaws. And with this idea that I can connect, and I won't be socially anxious, and I can connect with people once my flaws are gone. But it's not going to happen. Like we as humans have imperfections. We have flaws. We are going to. In some ways, our flaws are actually things that make us likable and make it easier for us to connect. It's oftentimes the things that people really like about us. But even if not, we all have things that we think of as flaws. So we're not going to get rid of that. So what I kind of have people focus on is accepting I have imperfections, accepting I have flaws. Now what do I want to do about it, right? Because our problem is not, people think the problem is the flaw. It's not. The problem is the response to the flaw. If I have a flaw and I'm so worried about it being seen that I don't leave my house, then I'm going to connect with nobody. If I have a flaw but I don't want anyone to see it, so I suppress it or put on a bunch of armor or hide, then it's really hard to connect with me. There's nothing of me out there. Like, if I think my teeth are bad so I don't smile, then that's cutting off connection. So what people bump into a lot is they think, well, the flaw is a problem. And what they end up doing is responding in a way that is protected and kind of like cold in some ways. So people are going to be fine with the flaws. Like, they're not going to be maybe super into it, but we know from research that people like you being genuine and authentic more than they dislike the flaws. We got research behind that. It's really powerful. This is one of the biggest takeaways people can have from treatment is I can show my flawed self, and being vulnerable and open more than makes up for that. So the two things I'm sort of encourage people to do with this is accept that the flaws are there, and purposely have some vulnerability, and then purposely be warm. Like, one of the big questions you come down to, like I remember talking about this with like a client of mine a couple of days ago, actually. He was saying this is one of his big takeaways, is that when he would get anxious, he'd have some symptoms that he really worried that they showed. And because he was so worried about these, he would really clamp down, which would maybe make him come across as not very friendly, not very connecting, kind of cold. A lot of us do this. And so what he reminds himself now is, oh, I'm anxious, but I can still be friendly. I can still be warm. I can still be curious, because the real choice is not flawed or not flawed. The real choice is flawed and cold or flawed and friendly. Like, do you want to be anxious but warm, or do you want to be anxious and cold? Do you want to be short and warm? Do you want to be short and cold? Do you want to be fill in your flaw and warm or cold? And that's really what the choice comes down to, because if you hang around waiting till all your flaws are gone away before connecting with people, that is never going to happen. As soon as one flaw is solved, you'll just focus on the next one. So we have to accept we're flawed, but still connect. Yeah.